Cramig and the job they've done in terms of really building this into an institution and giving it solid foundation. It's been really a pleasure to get to know Tom and his team and everything they've come about. But we are here to very excited today to announce about taking the mantle from Tom and putting together really, we think, just a terrific group of local investors and partners to hopefully usher in and build off of Tom's shoulders the next era of Crushers baseball. And so with myself and just really a terrific partnership group, like I mentioned, Nick Halley. Nick, you may know through his work in the community and the Halley Foundation, his son Mike, and Mike is here today. Nick wasn't able to join us, but also some just other terrific great partners, Nick Barledge, Mike Levy, Vic Gregovitz, and we couldn't be more excited about, like I said, taking the mantle from Tom and ushering in a whole new era. And my wife Denise, and who's been a partner all along for many years, along with our family, but also shares a passion for minor league baseball over decades, and fun to be able to be at this point. And the other person, just as we've been, want to make sure to give special thanks to as we've gone through this process, has been Mayor Jensen, Brian Jensen, and his team. We have the mayor here today and a number of members on his team, and the mayor has been just really been enjoyed getting to know him in this process and their passion and vision and really shared vision about how we can lift the community together. And that's one of the unique things about sports, is the ability to be able to impact lives in so many different levels, and just to be able to utilize this platform again to make an impact, positive impact, and hopefully help, like I said, really positively impact the fans. And just to speak to, just briefly relative to our passion, my wife Denise and I, years ago when we lived in Minnesota, went to a St. Paul Saints game. And here you had this setting with a ballpark of this nature, and the first thing you saw was Sink the Pig coming out taking balls to the umpires in ball satchels on the side. And that was Mike Veck baseball. And the great thing about minor league baseball is just the freedom to do whatever from an event experience end, like we like to say, everything short of human sacrifice, and be able to have this incredible platform, intimate environment to bring people together, and again, just a freedom to do so much from a fan experiential end. And I know with our kids, and I've got my crew and Denise's crew here with Kristen, Kelly, Jamie, and Zach, and Kelly's boyfriend Kit. On family vacations, inevitably we would end up, if we're going to Rehoboth Beach, we go to a Delmarva Shortbirds game, or if we're in Myrtle Beach, we go to a Myrtle Beach Pelicans game, or whatever it may be. So drag them along to quite a few games, and we get a chance to go down, good friends with Ken Babby, go to Akron Rubber Ducks games. So it's really been something we've aspired to over the years, and are excited to be in this position to be able to make that happen. And you know how this even came to be, this journey here. Nick Howley along with Nick Barledge, we all serve on the Rock Hall board, but at a retreat, we were there, and Nick and I were sharing a beverage after one of the functions, and we started, for whatever reason, got on talking about baseball, and he referenced about he was a partner with the Canton Crocodiles back in the day, which was also in the Frontier League, and talked about, I guess, with Mike, who's going to talk here in a bit, about Mike being heavily involved down there and engaged with the team. And I mentioned I heard about this opportunity. We decided just to explore it, and that has brought us to where we are here today. So it's amazing how just a side conversation like that can ignite something and have something coming here together. The last part I just want to say here too is, before I bring up Mike, is that I'm really excited about the team we have from a partnership end. I think everybody brings unique things to the table to be able to be additive, and as we support, and we'll talk about with Vic here in a second about his greater role, but to be able to add to this. And Dan Gilbert, who is a mentor to so many of us, but always talks about the eyeballs, and that those extra eyeballs of everybody see something different from a different perspective to be able to enhance what's taking place here. So we've all made personal investments in terms of what we're doing with this, because it is something that's a fun venture for us, but looking forward to working through all this. And I just want to give before I bring Mike up here, I want to give a special shout out to the Bracknell Capital Partners team, or Mike's team, because they did a yeoman's job in terms of working with us, and between Dan Kozlowski, Chris Hanrahan, who's here as well, Mike Siraki, and then also with the Calpe team with Ben Pietroface and also Tony Cox. But just a great group to work with, and Mike, you got a very special team. So at this point, I'd like to bring up to say a few words Mike Howley. Mike.
Thanks, Len, for that nice introduction. Despite that nice introduction, I'm still nominating you to be the celebrity mascot for at least one game during this season. I want that on public record, so now it's public. Look, on behalf of the Howley family, thank you. Thanks for getting us involved in this. We could not be more excited. As Len said, we have experience with this 20 years ago with the Canton Crocodiles. It was a really, really cool experience. I'm not going to say I had a lot to do with it. I was 19 years old, but I'm just really excited. I can't think of two better people to manage this team than Len and Vic. I mean, your resume and bio speak for itself. Every team you've been involved with has, not only has the team been good on the court or on the field, but the fan engagement has been awesome, and the community involvement has been awesome. So we are just thrilled. So thank you. You stole my thunder. Thank you, Chris, Mike, and Dan, for all your hard work. I got to thank the City of Avon, the mayor, who's here today, Tom Kramig, the Frontier League, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some people. But thank you, and can't wait. So thank you.
Okay, I mentioned one of our partners is going to have a slightly larger role, and basically the biggest role. And like I mentioned, with our partner team here to really support them, and really excited to bring Vic Regovitz up here as our president of the Lake Erie Crushers. And Vic's been a longtime friend. Somebody, Mike Levy and I were just, I guess, reminded, it's amazing how years passed. We all had a chance to work together, the three of us, back, was 84, 85 or something? Yeah, and Nick Barley was just born that year, so we rubbed that into our nose. So, so anyways, the thing with Vic, though, wherever he's gone, there's been a trail of success in terms of his senior leadership, heading the sales and marketing with the Indians, then Guardians, now the Pirates. Vic worked and led sales for the Eagles while I was there, and left us, abandoning us to open up PNC Park and lead the sales and marketing for the Pirates, and the AAA Louisville Bats, being the president there, or the USL Night Soccer League, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, and most recently, we took him off of he was EVP of Global Sales at the Pro Football Hall of Fame Village. I think your last day is tomorrow, and he's starting here on Monday. So really, really excited, and like I've said we wouldn't even be doing this if we didn't have someone like Vic to really lead the charge, because it's going to take a village to be able to make this work. But Vic, if you can step on up.
Thanks, Len. The funny part about that, we had a staff luncheon right before this, and looking around the room, I was talking about Len has had this passion and this dream since I met him back in the 80s, and I looked around the room, and there was only two other people that were born in the 80s, so very, very young staff. But it's great to work with you again, simply one of the best in the business, so certainly appreciate that. For myself, I'm extremely excited and honored to be the president today. I've lived in this community for 19 years. I know the impact that a team and a ballpark can make on a community, in the region and the county for that matter as well. When Len talks about our partnership group, I invite everybody. I will be very public from the standpoint of cell phone and email. Give me ideas, give me suggestions. It does take an army to pull something like this off, and there's nothing more important a priority for us other than the fan experience. That's the goal, is to focus on family entertainment and a first-class family experience. You know, Len mentioned that I've been in baseball about 20 years now, and I've left baseball 3 times. And so now I got to the point, I'm like, this is my love, this is my passion, this is what I want to do. And I'm a big believer of baseball and how it becomes ingrained as part of the fabric of the community. You know, to me, I think everybody remembers the first baseball game that they went to. Do you remember the score? Who were you with? And I think who are you with is an important key, because baseball takes you across generations, and it also passes those memories down generations. And I think that is a key component of the fabric of a community. So today we have with us, I think high school baseball, youth baseball is a big part of what we look to do. And today we have, and they're much further back than I thought they were, but we have 5 seniors from the Avon Eagles high school baseball team. If you guys could stand up for one quick second, that would be great. Coach Skula is here with the baseball team, and we have senior players. Just give me a wave. Chris, Cole, Owen, Garrett, and Ethan, right? How about that? Good luck this year, guys. And this is their home field, and I think that's important, and everybody knows that. And if you stick around long enough, about 3:15, they'll be out there practicing later today. So thank you very much, guys, for coming out today, and we look forward to watching you play. We talk about we want to build an incredible community asset, and part of building an asset is year-round. And that is one thing that we will work hard on, is to bring tentpole events to Avon and use the facility year-round, and to continue to be very active within the community and so forth. So just in closing, I got a couple of notes that I'd be remiss if I didn't say. We've got 31 days to our solar event, which is coming up here on April the 8th. And then we've got 63 days till opening day. So it's right around the corner, May the 10th. Jared Lemieux and the team will be back and for spring training here in a few weeks. So I'm excited, ready to go. Any ideas, suggestions, or just to introduce yourself, I'd love to meet everybody. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Vic. I had mentioned earlier about one of the best parts of this process was getting to work with Mayor Jensen and his team. And the thing about it, what you found out right early on, is just great people. People with shared values, shared vision of wanting to create an impact on the community and beyond, and just really about all the right things, and also finding out mutual acquaintances and hearing from them as well about what they think of the mayor and his team. And the mayor has a terrific team, from Pam Fetcher, Dwayne Streeter, John Gazier, and Steve Presley. Got a chance to work with them and have been working with them through the process. So we have been just really blessed, because in a lot of cases you can go in a community, you just don't know about how your partners will be, and we got lucky. We hit I think probably about as good of a scenario as we could have in terms of having a great partner in the community. So Mayor, if we can have you come up and say a few words. Thank you.
I know a while back we was talking with Tom Kramig, and he had talked about wanting to spend more time with his family. And so as we started to get a little nervous to find out, what was going to happen with maybe the Crushers, I got introduced to Len. And the first time I met him, I think anybody that knows him well knows that he is such a humble person, and that you would never recognize him probably from anybody else you saw out there. And so he asked me, he said, if you want to, Google, my name and look for it. And so I Googled his name. And I'm looking through there, and I'm like, okay, this guy's really popular, knows a lot of people. I said, well, that's not him. Let's see if I can find it. He goes, no, that's me. He goes, look at the picture. There's my picture. That's me. And so we started to look at that and look at him. And, when I was talking to him a little bit, I said, well, who's in charge there? And he said, well, my wife. And being at home, I know my wife is in charge, so I knew we had something in common right there. We couldn't make the deal happen before your birthday, so... You're just a little bit older than I am right now, so I'll say happy birthday. But again, if you look at the organization, it's amazing to see what, I don't know if I'd say that they stumbled upon or we stumbled upon. I know that there's a diamond out there that we were able to capture and have here in Avon. And again, if you look at the team that you have together, Len, it's like we couldn't be more excited. I think that most of us were pinching ourselves to say, hey, is this really true that we have so much experience that we're going to have that will come to Avon? And when you look at Vic and you look at Len, I think there's almost 75 years of experience that come from that. And you know, a small town like Avon that if anybody grew up in this area knows that it was cornfields and everything else, and it's like, and now we have something that's really special here. I know growing up, my parents always taught me about God and family. And so as I go forward, my thing is about family and bringing our kids together. And I know Holly Brenda's here today with the Boys and Girls Club representing them, and it's like what we have to do as a nation is we have to bring our children back with us as families. And I think statistics prove it, that if we eat dinner with our kids, that our kids are going to be more successful. And then what a better way to come out to a baseball field, have dinner with your family, again, connect with your children, and have something to do. And I think my goal has always been as mayor is if we can find more things for our families to do together, we will be more successful. And I know at my age right now, we've probably messed that up as a nation, that we're so divided. But if we can get our children to play together, to be together, I think that, again, we can change this nation back to be better than we ever were before. So, again, I want to thank your group. And I did want to talk about the Holly family, too. If anybody gets a chance to Google them, that you'll find out what a great family, what a great organization. And, again, to have that all connected together, it's like it's a win for all of us. I'd love to say it's a win for Avon, but I don't want it to be a win for Avon. I want it to be a win for all of us, for all the surrounding communities, but anybody that comes into town to see that it's like it's something special, because an organization as good as what we have here is going to put together something special for all of us. And so, again, I want to welcome you to Avon. I want to thank you for choosing Avon, but again, I know that my group will work as hard as we can to make sure that we do everything we can to keep families together.
Oh, my. Yeah, so the one thing, Mayor, just have to correct you on, and I shouldn't probably admit this with our group, but if you add all the sports experience with our group together, it's way north of 100. So, probably shouldn't say that. But, you know, well, just to close out here, the first thing last thing I would just mention is if you can just have some patience with us. In an ideal world, Vic would be, we'd have our team here, and he'd be started in September, and we've had the whole off season to get going, so it's going to be a bit of a start here. You know, we had a chance to meet with the staff beforehand, and just really excited to work with that group and this group here, and it's just a really terrific group of people. And I know Vic's going to be a terrific mentor to you, and really help you to be the best that you possibly can be. And we look forward to really being the best that we can be for Avon, for Lorain County, the west side of Cleveland and beyond, and looking to have some fun. You know, that's really the essence of it. That's the great thing about sports. But, you know, we'll all get the partnership group to take turns in a mascot outfit and everything else, and it'll be a lot of fun. You don't know who's going to be in any given game, but it is really in the essence the freedom to have fun, extreme fun, and I think we're looking forward to it. So at this point, though, what I'd like to do is bring up the partnership team and the mayor. Please come up. We got jerseys for everybody, and we're going to just pose here for a photo. So if I can call everybody up and get your jerseys on and have a little photo opportunity. Afterwards, will be available for anybody in the team for any questions. Thank you.
So we have just heard that there is a change in ownership for the Lake Erie Crushers. Going to be a couple of vets from the sports world, and in particular some from the basketball world, excuse me. So former Cavalier CEO Len Komorowski is going to be part of that ownership that has now purchased the Lake Erie Crushers from Tom Kramig. This is pretty big for the area, obviously. So included in that So Komorowski is going to be the chairman. Additional investors include the Howley Foundation chairman, Nick Howley, Vic Grigovitz, I believe I'm saying that right. He served in the front office, they mentioned, for a ton of different organizations across the Northeast and Midwest area. Nick Barledge, the CEO of the Cavaliers Rock Entertainment Group and Rock and Mortgage Fieldhouse. Mike Levy, a ton of others here. And then, yeah, this seems to be the new ownership for the Lake Erie Crushers. You can see all of them getting together, getting ready for this, this photo here. You can see Howley there, Grosky up, Komorowski, skis there. And yeah, you could hear the mayor of Avon talking about how much this is going to matter, getting a new ownership in, bringing in new life potentially to that area, to that spot.
To bend them or break them in, or no?
So, Vic, should we just move this podium? You think? You want me to help you? You got it?
Look at that.
We've got the baseball players in the back. Can they fix our hats for us? How they're supposed to? You do one with. Without?
Without? Yes, one without.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, then one. Yeah. With? Yeah. Philly for cheesesteak, you go with and without. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, great. No, thank you.
Okay, thank you all for coming today. And like I said, anybody in the group available if anybody has any questions, and look forward to working with all of you. Thank you so much.
So there it is, the official new ownership for the Lake Erie Crushers. Again, a pretty big deal for the area. All right, we're going to wrap this up then. Of course, we will have much more on this and the other stories of the day tonight on 19 News, starting at 3 o'clock over on CBS. So we'll see you there. For now, I'm Jeff Slauson with 19 News. Have a great day and great night. I'll end it with a photo or a live picture of Lake Erie Crushers Stadium, Crusher Stadium. I'm just double checking to see if our photographer is going to be grabbing anybody for an interview. It doesn't seem so.
Trying to figure one out, Levi.
Was it too big, Levi?
Yeah, it does not seem so. All right, yep. So we will wrap that up. Our newscast starting over on CBS at 3 o'clock in just 9 minutes.